Do you have NES games that won't read at all, or maybe only read sometimes? Well, if so, it may only need cleaned, and I'm going to show you how to do that. First, you'll want to flip over your cartridge, and you'll need a 3.8mm game bit driver. Depending on the style of cartridge you've got, there may be 3 or 5 screws, but either way, they're all going to be the same size on the outside of the cartridge. This particular one has 3 screws, so go ahead and take those out. And once those are out, you could go ahead and separate the 2 halves of the cartridge. Now be careful when doing this. Grab it from the bottom and lift up slightly and then pull it out, because there are plastic tabs at the top that could break if you're not careful. But then once the 2 halves are separated, the board should just pull out. And as you can see with this cartridge, there is a little bit of corrosion and dirt and grime on the pins, and that is what's causing it not to read sometimes. It's just not making great contact with the cartridge pins on the console. Keep in mind that some of these cartridges are 40 years old and just have never been cleaned. So the way that I take care of this is I use a fiberglass scratch pin, and I just go over the pins on the board really good. And then after doing that, I like to take a cotton swab with 91% isopropyl alcohol and go over it again with that. And as you can see, this picks up any remaining dirt and grime that is on the cartridge. And next time you go to use it, it should make much better contact than it was before. And as you can see in this section, that looks much better than it did previously. Now go ahead and repeat that process on the other sections. And once you've cleaned all of the contact pins, we can go ahead and put this board back into the cartridge shell and get it put back together. And this board will only go in the shell one way, so if it's not fitting, flip it around and put it in the other way. Definitely don't try to force the board in the wrong direction, because you will probably damage the plastic. And again, be mindful of the plastic tabs of the cartridge shell, and once the 2 halves are together, go ahead and replace the 3 screws. And now go ahead and test out your cartridge. Mine is definitely working much better. I try to do this with every NES game I get in, because it's just worth doing. Like I said, they're old. Some of them have probably never even been actually cleaned before like this. So this should definitely help your games to function better in the future and give them even more lifespan.